Welcome to Lesson 6, Segment 2. I would like to start out by showing you or demonstrating some of the features of SmartExchange and how it can be applied to a real-life teacher situation. First of all, when you go to SmartExchange.com, actually up here at the top is the main part of the website address, exchange.smarttech.com. You need to sign in, because you cannot download any lessons until you are a signed in registered user. So instead of my name being up here, it should say sign in instead. If you do not have a username with SmartExchange, then you have to create one. I highly suggest that you use the email address that you know you'll keep for a very long time. So let's say I'm teaching 5th grade math, and I went to a viewpoint and noticed that my students, a group of students, needs some additional help with polygons in practicing geometry. So because I know that information, I can go to this website and go to the standards correlated lessons here and find Minnesota. There we go, Minnesota Academic Standards. Select grade. For me, it's 5th grade. Select subject, math, and view. So you may recognize this first section right here, number and operation. If you remember, my first goal is to find something about polygons here. Algebra, no, I don't need that category. Grade 5, then there's geometry and measurement. So you can see that all the strands here that are related to the Minnesota State Standards. When you find the category that you need with your students, based on what you learned from Viewpoint, you can click on View Resources, and then it will show you all the lessons that have been tagged directly to the Minnesota State Standards. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, actually 21 lessons in total. But really, these are just 21 lessons that are tagged to the Minnesota State Standards along with geometry and measurement. But in total, they have not just hundreds, but thousands of lessons that are probably related to geometry and measurement. But these lessons, the following 21 lessons are the ones that are tagged from Minnesota State Standards. So if there's one that you like from judging from the book's cover here, I'll click on the preview button. And I can't interact with the lesson, but I can view a screenshot of each slide. And I can see that there's 18 slides in total. And if it turns out that this is a lesson that you want to download, then you click on download. It also indicates the actual file size right here. So we got over 3 megabytes here. And you want to pay close attention to that, because eventually it will maybe max out your U drive if you download too many files to that. So you have to consider other forms of media, like a flash drive or external hard drive. Or if it's just a temporary location, then just save it to your desktop and then delete it when you're done. So you just click on download, and then by default you'll choose Smart Notebook to open the program. And I want to open it if I want to start playing around with the lesson and so on. Otherwise I can choose Save File if I just only want to save it and do nothing else. With this lesson here, I'm just going to drag it to the desktop. I can then open it, and when you have a lesson that you've downloaded, it's not stationary. You can customize it to the way you want it. So you can change the title slide, you can change the content. So if you just like the design and layout of a Smart Notebook lesson, then just change it. So you'll run across on how other people utilize Smart Notebook software and what their thinkings are, and you might get some good ideas too. So right here, this text box is something I don't want. I want to change it, so I'll unlock it. Now I can do that. And then over here on the right side, if the whole slide is something you don't want, you can just right-click on it and choose Delete Page. Up at the top left corner, you can go File, Save As, save it with another name if needed, into a different location that's safe and logical to you, so you can always find it, and so on. You also may have noticed a second button right here. It says Open in Smart Notebook Express. Smart Notebook Express is going to be covered in more detail in the next lesson, but I'll just do a quick demonstration. The big idea of Smart Notebook Express is for users that don't have Smart Notebook installed on their computer. So basically, when you are at home using your home computer for creating lessons and downloading lessons, you can use their web-based version right here. So I'll just open this lesson with Smart Notebook just to give you an idea. All right, looks familiar, right? So it's exactly the same. All the features are there. And the only thing that's different is you're looking at Smart Notebook Express, which is web-based. That means you're using an internet browser like Firefox or Safari or Internet Explorer. This is not a program that's installed on your computer. One thing that you may have noticed that's missing is some of the tools. So with Smart Notebook Express, you have the basic amount of tools to use. And then you can also save this to your desktop, so you can edit and make changes and so on. And then when you're done saving it, you can then email that file to yourself or save it to a flash drive. So that's searching. And then if I go back to the home page, to me, going through Viewpoint, figuring out what your students' needs are, and then going to Smart Exchange and go according to the state standards that needs additional help would be the best approach. Otherwise, if you just know something at the top of your head and what you're looking for, so like something that's related to social studies, you're just kind of browsing, trying to find some additional ideas. You can do some additional options right here. You can go by grades, 5th, 6th, countries, United States, and maybe even something a little more specific, type in maps, and click go. So I have now narrowed my search for the Smart Exchange website from 30,000 lessons down to 335. They're all free, by the way. They save you lots of time and energy. Out of the 335 lessons that appear in this search results, over here on the left side, there's actually different file types of Smart Notebook. This is the most popular one right here that says Smart Notebook Lessons. That's what we are using at Austin Public Schools. We just have your smartboard that requires one user at a time. And some people may have smart response questions. That means they're using smart responders, or handheld devices. Some people have subscribed to Smart Notebook math tools, and so on. So that just filters our search results. If you need a little additional help with this, you can go to the Smart Training website. They have a special category for Smart Exchange, but otherwise this should cover the most important features. There's not a whole lot left out. Good luck.